All right, so we'll get started. I am Heather Tietz, and I am the Community Relations Officer for Mayo Clinic Health System. And today's presentation, as it has been the last 2 weeks, will be recorded so that we will send out the link to those of you participating in the Community Wellness Challenge by Thursday, possibly by tomorrow, but for sure by Thursday. Presentation will be between 15 and 20 minutes, and then our presenter will have time for questions afterward. Just want to remind everybody, if you're not familiar with Zoom, at the bottom, you will use the Q&A feature if you want to start putting in questions for our presenter at the end of the presentation. The Q&A feature also allows you to upvote questions if you like them, so that we are sure to answer the most popular questions first. So down in the Q&A feature, down to the left of chat. We had 2 really successful webinars the last 2 weeks. Next week is our last one. Again, excited to share that Tony Chalhoub, our chef manager for Morrison Healthcare, will be doing a live cooking demonstration, so wish us luck. And he will also have a special guest. So if you want to find out who that special guest is, you need to tune in next Tuesday at the same time. So without any further comments, I'm going to introduce Alayna Osborne, and she is a worksite wellness coordinator here at Mayo Clinic, and she's going to talk about happiness and recognition. Alayna.
Hello, Heather, and everyone else. Thank you so much for joining me in today's Community Wellness Talk. As Heather said, my name is Alayna Osborne, and I am the Southwest Minnesota Mayo Clinic Health System WellBeing Coordinator. And I'm just going to get my PowerPoint up on the screen here. All right. So, again, my talk is about happiness and recognition. And to start out with, as my disclaimer, I'm currently an active employee with Mayo Clinic Health System here in Southwest Minnesota. I have no disclaimer. All material that is included in my presentation has been found under approved and supported research. Any patented research and quotes have been accurately referenced at the end of the presentation on slide 15. So, first and foremost, I want to go over what my role is about, as some people do ask me this question. So a general description is that I'm a designated role to partner with frontline staff, managers, and leaders that assist with the development and rollout of well-being programs, events, and initiatives. My primary mission is to encourage employees to engage in healthy and inviting well-being activities to grow both individually and professionally. So to start off with, Mayo Clinic's wellness strategy has identified 6 domains of well-being. They are emotional, financial, meaning and work, physical, social, and work-life integration. The Wellbeing Department will format programs, initiatives, presentations, and events focused around these 6 domains. If you want to learn more about these, you're welcome to visit our Wellbeing website on the Mayo Clinic intranet page. The domains of well-being also are encompassed around happiness and recognition. So that's where I came up with my themes. So, as you see here, happiness and recognition is embedded in each domain. An example is that I could have or be searching for financial happiness by searching how to budget and pay down a source of credit, like one of my student loans. The same goes for emotional, physical, social, and so forth. So why is happiness and recognition an important piece in the workplace, or just to you in general? Well, they go hand in hand with your participation and engagement, which in turn will then also relate to the purpose and meaning you have both in work and life. Each can affect a business or a home dynamic in ways you may not be familiar with, and we'll cover some of the data that has been researched towards the end of this presentation. To start, I want to consider some of the statistics that I found on a 2020 Gallup poll where engagement was tracked over the course of 12 months across America. 70% of American workers were found to be disengaged at work. Only 21% of employees felt that they were being managed in a motivated way. American families are only 86% satisfied with life, which is an all-time low since 2008's stock market crash. One of the positive findings they found was that when there was a focus on happiness and recognition, either at home or at work, engaged families and home dynamics were 17% more emotionally and financially stable, and in businesses, they were 25% more profitable. These were some pretty amazing numbers to find. So, what can we do to make ourselves more aware and practice happiness and recognition? So, what is happiness? Is it a thing, an emotion, a person, a place, a known fact, or something else? I like to hear from you. So if you have access to a keyboard or if you're on your mobile phone, I believe if you swipe left or right, you'll be able to use the chat feature. And I'd like to see what you find to be happiness to you. And then if you want to show your response to all participants, make sure that before you select or hit enter that you change the to from all panelists to all panelists and attendees. There's some really fun ones coming in. These are awesome. So some of the ones I'll repeat are fun. Happiness is a feeling. Being together with people. It's tied to laughter. Your children and your health. Family, calm, a peace of mind, being outside. A choice, it's a mindset. Relationships. These are all awesome and great examples of what happiness is. And I'm so glad that it's encompassing of all of these and it's not just one. So for me, it's being able to do things with my dog, Queen, as I have pictured. It's just the two of us, and each day she looks to me to not just care for her, but to also engage her and recognize her needs and wants, including things like those annoying squeaky toys, which makes her happy, so it makes me happy. So, same thing. What is recognition? Is it a thank you, a smile from someone, an internal element to oneself, a gift, a reward, something else? You don't have to enter this into the chat feature, but I see some are already coming in. So thank you for sharing those. Or maybe there's some that are still from the happiness. But I would like you to know that if you share what recognition is to you or to yourself, that it's something that may help you recognize those small things in life that we don't always take the time to look at. The one thing I know I've always struggled with was recognizing those small wins, those small rewards. And the more that you are being intentional with that, the happier that you will find yourself being. So if you're having a hard time defining what recognition is, I will go over a quick model that might help you. So in this model, this is developed by WorkHuman. WorkHuman is a global workplace career coaching company, and their research has shown over and over the power of gratitude and the impacts on engagement and connection in such a profoundly positive way. Gratitude is a proven and powerful force to build resilience and buffer against the stress employees are experiencing. Staff are feeling the need for connection more than ever with their families, coworkers, and their company's mission. So, to go over the foundation to start with that healthy engagement and support that recognition needs, it starts with that physiological factor, such as being able to leave work at the door mentally, physically, emotionally. It moves to safety with the ability to go home without fear of what will happen the next day. Was there a dispute with a coworker? Did you have a difference of opinion with your supervisor? On top of that is love and belonging. How huge is this? The fact that you feel like you are in the right spot and role for your path to success. Esteem is built on top of belonging, because if you feel like you belong, you will build that self-esteem. Topping the pyramid is self-actualization, the ability to reflect and find greatness in what is going on in your life, aka recognition. So using this tool will help you develop your definition of recognition. The next thing I'm going to go over is a quick model for how did we get to this point of having difficulty recognizing success. Most of us were raised with the understanding that if you can do X, Y, or Z, then you'll have arrived at success and then be happy. An example of when we were kids in elementary school, you say, okay, I need to get straight A's, and then I'll be happy. You graduated high school with straight A's, but now all of a sudden you realize you have to get into the college. But once you graduate from the college of your dreams, then you'll be happy. Nope, wrong again. Now you feel pressured to get that job because those loans, life expectations, they won't wait around forever. So now you get that job, and now you need to achieve something else. Maybe it's a promotion, starting a family, buying that first home, or whatever else it might be. We keep moving that cognitive horizon further and further out. So imagine what would happen if we put happiness first. Amy Blankson is the CEO of Fearless Positivity, a co-founder of Digital Wellness, and a best-selling author of The Future of Happiness. She presented to Mayo Clinic earlier this year and was able to share how we can cultivate happiness and well-being in a digital era. She refers to this model I just described as a goalpost for success because it keeps moving due to having that next achievement and needing that next achievement before we really become happy. Does this story resound around that book that we maybe all know of called If You Give a Mouse a Cookie? If you give a mouse a cookie, he'll want a glass of milk. If you achieve that job, will you get that promotion? So, going off of this basis, if we know that the question will become, why aren't we doing it? What is holding me back? We can then start recognizing what's going to make you happy. What are those small wins? It's called the happiness advantage that Amy has discovered. So, rather than pursuing success, first, to make you happy, what if we put happiness in front, which will then lead us to success? So, using that model, there are some statistics out there that both WorkHuman and Amy Blankson has been able to research. And these are some of the statistics that they found. When you recognize and you put happiness first, you will then find success. And with those statistics, they found that 37% of businesses had better sales, 31% of businesses had higher productivity, or 10% of families had higher engagement within their family members. There was 3 times more creativeness, 39% of longevity, and 23% of less fatigue. Aren't those outstanding numbers? So, when you recognize, put happiness first, you will then find success, and we should all be practicing that. So, to summarize, the first thing we went over today was the domains of well-being. We reviewed the 6 domains of well-being and their relation to happiness and recognition. We then went over happiness, and we identified that each person will have a different definition and their unique view of what it is. We then went over recognition and found that self-recognition is key to finding success, and it's not the other way around. And then lastly, the why. Research has proven that positive psychology is key when seeking resiliency, gratitude, and thankfulness. So, at this time, I'd love to answer any questions from those viewing today. Otherwise, I hope you all have a great day, and thank you for joining me in today's talk.
Okay. Can you hear me again, Alayna, I hope?
Yes.
Okay. All those listening, I'm testing out a new headset today. I feel like a air traffic controller today. Just a reminder, if you have any questions for Alayna, I'm going to ask that you drop those questions in the Q&A feature. Just check in chat here too, just to make sure. I don't see any questions coming through. I got too many screens open here. Okay. All right. Oh, there's a question popped up. Are these sessions recorded that we can view them later? Yes, they are. By Thursday of each week, we do send these out. I'm not sure if this person asking is in our Community Wellness Challenge in Southwest Minnesota. If you're more in Southeast Minnesota, there might be an opportunity for us to get that out as well. So I will have to follow up with my cohorts in Southeast Minnesota. We'll get that out. I think it's from Fran. Fran, I'm not sure if you are in a challenge or if you're from our Southeast Minnesota location. Any other comments or questions? If not, we will sign off, but I want to remind everybody next week is going to be very exciting. So tune in to see our special guest joining Chef Tony, and we're going to have some fun in the kitchen. So thanks again for participating. Lean on your teammates, and good luck with the challenge. And Fran, I see that you commented back. If you want to type in your email address also, just to the panelists, we will touch base with you after this event and send you the link. So with that, thanks all for joining, and we will see you next Tuesday.